I make lefse with my daughter, and we've done it for I started making lefse 15 years ago. And more recently, when my daughter needed to raise money as a fundraiser to go on a class trip, we decided to make and sell lefse to friends and family.
After going through nearly 100 pounds of potatoes, Amy Marquard experimented and created a 2-potato recipe for lefse.
So the first step is just to get our potatoes peeled. And it's really important to get all the little eyes off the potato. Otherwise, because we roll the potatoes so thin, it will show up on our finished lefse if we don't. And then I cut the potatoes in quarters of 4 equal sizes so they cook at the same length. Then they go into a kettle and I cook them about 11 minutes until they're just fork tender.
After cooking the potatoes, you will load them into your ricer. Ricing ensures the potatoes are lump-free.
And some people at this stage will beat the potatoes in like a KitchenAid stand mixer. And you want to avoid that because by beating them, it releases all the starch in the potato and eventually makes the lefse very tough.
Mix together sugar, salt, and butter and let your dough cool in the fridge for 3 hours or freezer for 30 minutes.
I put the paper towel over the dough, and that way when the steam continues to come off, it won't collect up underneath the lid.
When your dough is chilled, add flour and form it into balls.
I don't ever use a beater or anything high-powered on this because we don't want to activate the gluten, which would make the lefse tough.
Marquard created her own lefse cloth and cuddler to make the process easier.
Okay, I'm going to add 3 tablespoons of flour to my cloth so that I can dredge my dough in it before I roll. So I just take out a dough ball and I cover it in flour. Give it a couple whacks and then start rolling. And as I roll, I start out very lightly, going to the 2 o'clock and the 10 o'clock position. Okay, so I've gotten to my outer circle now and I can see the design of my cloth underneath the dough. I'm going to put a little flour on my stick.
Slice the stick all the way through, lift it up, and cook on a hot griddle until tender.
And soon there'll be bubbles that appear. And once the bubbles appear, then we know that we're getting the little light brown freckles that we're after on the other side. You stack it in the cuddler, and while it's in here, the steam is letting off into the other pieces that surround it, helping it tenderize.
You can add anything you want to your lefse. Butter and sugar, brown sugar, or cinnamon sugar are common. To get Marquard's full recipe and products, visit her website, lefseland.com. Chrissy Getke, WJON.